My fiancé is always helping out his mom, and I'm worried we won't be able to build a good life together. Important context, both me and my fiancé come from low-income families, and both of us are working hard to improve our lives. On my side, I secured myself a good job, and now I'm back at university to improve my career opportunities. On his side, he has a lower base salary than me, but he takes a lot of extra shifts during the night and on weekends, so he ends up earning more than I do. The big problem is his mom. She is also a low-income worker, but she lives completely above her means. We're talking about vacations at luxury resorts every 1 or 2 years, buying a lot of clothes, and taking out high-interest loans to buy herself things she doesn't need. In my country, when you get married, assets are separate, and each person keeps their own money. So, what we decided in the beginning was to set up a joint bank account for savings, everyday purchases, and common expenses. In my mind, that was fine. We talked about the type of lifestyle we wanted, made a budget, and agreed that with the rest of our money, each one would do what they saw fit. If he had to help out his mom, that was on him. But as the wedding date is approaching, I have more and more doubts. First of all, he has a high income right now because he is killing himself with the night and weekend shifts. But we're getting older, and I'm not sure how long he can keep this rhythm up. He's not saving any of that extra money because he's giving it all to his mom. It terrifies me to think about what will happen when he's 40 and can't handle all those working hours anymore. He is also against what his mother is doing. He detests the trips, the luxury, and her debts. A lot of times he refuses to give her money, but she always finds a way to manipulate and convince him. I just don't know how this will go on when he doesn't have so much disposable income. Right now, he lives with his half-brother and pays a tiny amount of rent. Once we move together, he'll have to pay real bills and a real rent. I'm not sure how he will feel about sending money to his mom when he won't have much left for himself, and I'm terrified of getting caught in the middle of that dynamic. Basically, I'm afraid that him helping out his mom so much will affect our own lifestyle and our relationship in a general way. How can I deal with this situation so it doesn't destroy my marriage? Actualization. I'm not engaged anymore. As I write this, my ex-mother-in-law is currently vacationing on the Amalfi Coast. Just 4 days ago, she was calling her son, crying to beg for money to pay rent because she owed 3 months already. He obviously paid. When he discovered on social media that she was traveling, they got into a massive argument. In that exact moment, I decided I don't want to be part of this. I've saved so much money, and I didn't give myself luxuries, so I could build a better future as I get older. He seemed to be on the same page, and technically he is, because he never spends on himself. But what's the point of him killing himself working if he spends all his savings on his mom's whims? I sat down and asked him a very clear question. If we were living together right now, how would you do it? How would you pay 3 months of your mother's rent and half of our own expenses with your salary? He told me that he wouldn't have paid her if he knew she was traveling, and that he did it because he thought she would be evicted. I told him I wasn't asking why he did it, but how he would solve it financially if we had a home together. Right now, he lives with his brother, doesn't spend money on food, and pays a miserable amount of rent. But with me, he would have real bills. There is no mathematical way he can keep up with his obligations with me while still financing her life. Also, I realized I don't want to be the reason he changes his relationship with his mom. I don't want to carry the guilt, be the bad guy, or get in between them. I would rather just be with someone who has a normal family dynamic.